Hello everyone, welcome to yet another episode of Music and Musician. I'm your host Peter Keraro. So if you've not yet subscribed, kindly I am requesting you click that button down there and subscribe, click the like button, and then always feel free to engage. Anytime you have something to ask or comment, we are open to your views. So today I have a wonderful guest and we are going to discuss a very wonderful topic about how music promotes and destroys peace. And I know most of you are music lovers, you listen to different genres of music, and you know how music can influence your actions. So before we dive into our topic, I welcome our guest to introduce herself.
Thank you for this opportunity. My name is Elizabeth Mugambi. I am a teacher by profession. I am very eager to also discuss and share some of my views about how music promotes peace.
Welcome, Elizabeth.
Thank you.
So today we are going to discuss how music destroys and promotes peace. So kindly tell me, what is music and peace? How do you relate the two?
Well, music is any sound that comes to our ears, but it is something that brings us up to life. And when we're talking about peace, we're talking about the relations that we have either with oneself or maybe with another person. As long as you feel at ease and nothing is stressing you, that is peace.
That is wonderful. So I'm a professional diplomat. I
Okay.
have to say it.
Yes.
So for me, this topic is more of music and diplomacy. So how can music be used to promote peace, for example, in a country or even in a school or internationally?
Well, first and foremost is through peace we have or we promote through music we promote unity. You find that we can have several groups that sing together, such as choirs in our schools, the young boys and girls, those who are in their high education, they tend to come together and sing. So while they are singing, they are bringing up peace. They are building up peace because they are coming together. That is one of the best things about music, and it goes on from one place to another, one age to another. You can also find the aged literally singing and dancing to the tune, so together, not one. So that is one of the biggest. It promotes unity, and that definitely brings that peace. You feel at ease when you're in a group or when you're with your peers. You feel at ease singing together. So that is one. Number two, another very big importance is you learn other people's culture. Yes. So you tend to interact with maybe your friends, so they can tell you their cultures, they can tell you the songs they sing there. Maybe you're working together and we have some work songs, so you sing the work songs alongside them.
Nowadays, do people sing work songs?
Unfortunately, that one used to happen a long time ago.
Our great grandfathers.
With our great
They were
grandfathers.
singing as they did. Do you
Sure.
know one work song?
In my community, really, I can't really say. But there are. Nowadays we only sing I think in English or Kiswahili. They are there. Yes, but we don't relate them to that work song. We just sing any song while you're working. So I think that is also defined as a work song. Yes. Yeah, so through that at least you can learn other people's culture. That is, well, I can say that with any community that you're interacting with, you can learn actually their song. You can ask what that song means in their culture, and you tend to actually embrace their culture more and leave yours.
I think that's why they say music ni kioo cha jamii.
Exactly.
So, like if you want to know the Kikuyus, you listen to their music.
Mm-hmm.
But nowadays, the traditional music is being wiped away.
Yes, it is being wiped away. But I think, despite that, we are praying that the government, maybe through the education system, can bring up that. We're only seeing maybe the young boys and girls, mainly starting from the young age, they tend to have a certain talent. So if one of them is definitely music and playing those music instruments, and maybe those who love DJs, there are those who are just there and hey, I would like to be like that DJ. So they also have that kind of interest in music. So if the government supports maybe or tries to nurture the learners from a young age, they can embrace that. And mainly, if they learn it in their local languages or the indigenous languages, yeah, so that way you can also promote peace because you're learning the various languages. Yeah. We always say music is food to the soul.
True.
Honestly, without music,
My teacher tells us,
mm-hmm.
my music teacher, that apart from oxygen, music is the other product that we consume 99%
Sure.
of our time.
Yes.
And even when our time to die will come, only musicians shall remain. The pastors, the priests will lose their jobs. The teachers like you, but musicians, we shall remain. And music shall live. Yeah.
So with the music, when you're stressed, I'm coming from work seriously. As a teacher, all the learners are making noise, so I just feel like I need some space. So one of the things that I listen to is my favorite music, and I'll just lie down there, listen to it. It will calm me down. Any stress that I had maybe from work. At times you get a tough day in work. You go, oh God, now what do I do? So you just listen to music and you tend to calm down. Anything that you're having, any stress you're having goes away, flies away. So you're just relaxed there. So that is peace. So through that, I think it also brings peace, yeah? And in any activity that one is doing, maybe any activity, you're a business person, you want to finish a certain thing that you are maybe doing, or you are a certain group of people and you need to do an action or an activity within a short period of time. The best is listening to these songs. When I'm talking about the work songs, yeah. So you tend to see that ile kazi yenye ungefanya within maybe 1 hour or so, unachukua kitu kama 30 or 20 minutes, because unasikia the mind is relaxed hapo kidogo kidogo, unasikia okay, I can sing along. So as you sing, unaendelea na kazi, so you tend to work. Ukimaliza uko like, oh my God, but am I the one who has really finished all this work? So through music, it eases the workload. So you tend to take very few minutes in activities that you're doing. Yeah.
There is something that I would love to ask you. Do you know the African anthem?
African?
Yes.
I know the East African anthem.
The African anthem sounds like the Tanzanian anthem and somehow the South African anthem. Do you know those two anthems?
I think I've only heard them, but I've not yet taken my time to learn and sing
There
it.
is something like tan tan tararan tan tan. It talks about the African unity, but I know you know the East African anthem.
Yeah.
And the Kenya national anthem, and even the patriotic songs. Tell me, how do those songs promote peace? Actually, even in the Kenya music festivals, usually there is a class where people sing patriotic songs. What is the impact of such songs in promoting peace?
Well, one thing is that we learn it is diverse. So you tend to know what a country brings about. Various countries, what are their thoughts, or what are their thinking on music. So you tend to move out of your own country, or in your country it's like a comfort zone. So you tend to break those bridges or those boundaries, and you open up your mind and learn about the cultures and the norms of different countries, different communities elsewhere, that is outside our country.
Actually, there is something that has just come to my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think we have national anthems? Every country has a national anthem.
Yes.
What is the purpose of those anthems?
It shows that you're patriotic to your country, for one, and it tells us that we are one. What we are thinking as a country, what we are doing, the activities that we are doing, we have to do it with one goal, and there is no one who should actually move against or go beyond what you're thinking. So in a certain country, you find they have their own missions and visions that they are wishing to maybe succeed at the end of the day, or at the end of the year. So every country has theirs, and as you're saying, the African anthem or the East African anthem, as the East African region, you also have yours. So you have to be patriotic to the decisions that you have actually made, as either as a nation or as a state. Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. So now tell me, how does music destroy peace?
Wow. Music, it really destroys peace. And one thing, I always look at the activities we always do in our various institutions. And for example, I as a teacher, there are times when you love maybe a salary increment, or that is definite, or you want something done. So the only way you have to get that done, or the only way to talk to the government, is through the song.
The solidarity songs.
Solidarity songs. Yeah, so that is our war song. Yeah? So we have to talk that. So it brings about, or that song can intensify a certain situation. So for you to achieve something, yeah, you have to sing that song. And more especially, I always see that in negatives. Eh? If it is strikes in school, there has to be a song. So when you sing that song, you feel
in your voice. There are songs that used to start, and then this is the day.
Yeah.
Once you just hear that tune, or even sometimes it was even the anthem.
Yeah.
The School of Men. So once you just hear that, today is the day.
Yeah. So it tends to intensify what you want to get. Yeah. So it can, the riots and all that. So it's still through song. So that is one. And then you can get some negative memories. Maybe when a certain song is sung, you lost a loved one, you went through a certain situation in life.
Heartbreak
actually, yes, that is one. Yeah, and nowadays you also have gender violence. So if maybe someone sings a heartbreak song, a sad song, it takes you miles back. So it tends to maybe it gives you some distress. It opens up another wound that was really sealed. Yeah. Yes. So yeah, music, that is one. It destroys the peace that you already had. Now that comes along with people can actually misinterpret a certain lyric, from a certain song. Yeah. So maybe the one who was singing, or the singer, was having a certain message, or the dimension that he or she was singing to was having a totally different message. But the way you are interpreting it is totally different. So Definitely, there is some kind of interpretation there, misinterpretation, yeah? Or it can even bring about some conflict, it can bring about some misunderstandings. Yeah, so that is another effect, yeah? Yes, and when we go back to our communities, there is a sound that you really, really love. And you from whichever place you want, and you're like, no, I need to put it very loud so that when I'm in the corner of my house or the corner of my compound, I can listen to that music. But at the back of your mind, you don't have this person who is your immediate neighbor, or maybe the child who's playing there, those who live in plots. You're not you don't have it in mind that that music that you're loving is not the same music that that child is loving or that your neighbor is loving. So at the end of the day, you tend to destroy the peace they have. You tend to change, or you're distracting them from whatever thing they were doing because of your loud music, or they're not into loud music either. Yeah, so you tend to destroy the peace someone was having just because you're playing your favorite music.
Yeah, sometimes you even go to a party, then this party is hosting like people from different tribes.
Yeah.
Then the DJ just decides I'll play music of one tribe. And most of the people who are in that party will not understand. I think that is conflict.
It is.
Brought about by music.
And now that is an external conflict. Because maybe that DJ was coming from that specific community, and maybe is trying to anachokoza nyuki aone what is going to happen there. Yeah, so at the end of the day, maybe people start rioting in between, just because of music.
And sometimes even I think when people go to war, the different sides usually have songs to encourage them.
Sure.
So I think they are using music in a negative way. Like the Gen Z used to have some songs that were psyching them to go to the protest.
Yeah.
So I think music can really impact the way peace in our society. So why do you think we should embrace music?
Well, as I began by saying, music is food to the soul. It is no matter how much you feel it is making a lot of sound in your ears, to the soul it gives you a lot of calmness. You really feel at ease in any stress that you're having, any distress that maybe you thought was blocking your way. It tends to move out. And to anyone who's alone, you tend to actually maybe bring them together. Actually, it is one of the ways of attracting anyone close to you, or those who are working with you. Yeah.
So I think in conclusion, what will you tell our viewers, and what will you say about music diplomacy?
Well, as for music, try as much as possible to know the various music. I'll also try to know the African anthem now. That's what that's what I must do, yes. So let's learn let's have a diverse mind, and know more about what music does to us, how music inspires us, you as an individual, and the whole community. And then try to also maybe tell your friends, tell your neighbors to also embrace the same, because we're seeing that through music, as much as it has its negative impacts, I'm sure most of the impacts are positive. And the major is it brings peace.
And music is good. Even in heaven, we'll be singing hallelujah.
Yes.
So, all the angels, I'll be one angel, but I'll be the choir master.
Oh my.
I'll place you. I know your voice is alto, so you will be the voice leader.
I will be there. Thank you.
So thank you very much for gracing our podcast, and I know our viewers are very happy to have you. So kindly don't go away. I know we'll have you next time. So thank you very much, and kindly keep subscribing. Let us hear your views and where we can maybe next time what should we talk about. What do you feel like we should discuss more? Thank you very much. See you in our next episode.